Alright guys, M12 is here, so let's jump right into some drafts. Right off the bat, Doomblade is one of the best removals in this format. Armored Warhorse is not a bad creature. However, the Sphinx, not only is it a flyer, so it has evasion, but it is a bomb, so do the hint, comes in and it's a 1 pick, so it's our pick. Here I really like Gravedigger. Mana leak is not too bad. However, here I think I'm going to take Turn to Frog. It can effectively be a kill spell. You wait till someone attacks, you use this on it, and then you block it. And that way we can stay in blue as well. So I'm going to take Turn to Frog. It comes in at a 6. By the numbers, Gravedigger would have been the pick here, but as you can see, nothing else that great, so I'm fine with that pick. Okay, here we're starting to get some. It seems like that white is fairly open. Rampant Growth, Warhorse, the Sentinel, the Vanguard. The boots here are actually fairly good. I think we're going to take the boots simply because it makes it to where we could stay in a certain color in blue. Reassembling Skeleton barely edges it out, but we'll take the boots here. Okay, this guy, I don't know. Not a big fan of creatures that have that mechanic. Fling isn't bad. Ring Flesh can be a type of removal. Act of Treason is fairly good, but I think we're going to take Turn to Frog here simply because we can stay in blue. Once again, it's important that you try to keep that color continuity as long as you can so you don't get mana problems. I like the Arsonist. I like the Looter. We of course have another Skeleton. And then we have Lord of the Unreal. It's sort of my fault, I guess. I really don't know which there are in here in terms of how many illusions, but I like Merfolk Looter, so it's going to be our pick over the Skeleton, even though that'll be quite a bit higher. So, yeah. Okay. Jace's Erasure, not a big fan of. We have another Ring Flesh once again. Sacred Wolf can be good due to it being hexproof. However, here I think that Frost Breath is going to be the pick here, and that way we can still stay in blue. Comes in at a 9. And we can add our color relatively soon. Green seems to be open. However, this card can be surprisingly good. I'm going to take the Siren here. You can basically force your opponent to kill a creature off with it. Okay, I'm not really seeing any cards yet that's forcing us to go into another player, so we're going to take Divination here. Or another color, I'm sorry. Titanic Growth, very good card, but hopefully our bomb in our next pack will let us know what to do here. Here we'll keep it blue. The Cutthroat, fairly generic, playable creature, and it's an assistant basically. The Master Thief, not really a big fan of, not too many artifacts, so we're going to take the Cutthroat here. Comes at a 10, it's to a 12. And this is perfect here. We can take a Mana Leak. Or is coming in at a 9. Here we'll do an Unsummon. Take a Negate here. Another Unsummon. So blue is wide open. The computer, you draft with computer-controlled bots on this program. Seems like they're not taking blue for whatever reason. Okay, well, we have several options here. Ice Cage is actually very good. Fireball is obviously very good. However, I feel that blue and white have more continuity most of the time, and that I believe holds true in this format. So I really like the white creatures we have to play around with, so I'm going to take Oblivion Ring here. Edges Fireball out slightly. Okay. Alright, well here, the Lawkeeper, and so it seems that we made a decent decision. Ice Cage comes in at 8, so it's a good mid to late pick if you're playing blue. Okay, here we have another mana leak, a Frost Breath. This Veteran's not a bad creature, it's a playable creature. However, I think I'm going to go with Frost Breath. Again, it's slightly higher than Mana Leak, but okay. Well, normally I would take Turn to Frog, but we have two, and the Aven Fleetwing, very good card. Basically, if they don't get a flyer out, they have no way to deal with it, although it can be Oblivion Ringed, if I know that ruling correctly, since Oblivion Ring does not technically target the creature. Okay, here we can take the Mana Leak, the Stave off, the Bear, although we do need creatures. I'm just going to bank on getting those later, and I'm going to take a Mana Leak. Get the pick. Okay, so that turns out fairly well for us. Here you got to take the Griffin Sentinel. Turn to Frog, slightly better. However, we need the creature power, so I'm going to go with a fairly serviceable flyer. Here, Rock Egg can actually be fairly decent, and I'd rather have it over an Aromancer, so we're going to go with the Rock Egg. Rid of the 10. Good of a card, technically. Well, I'm going to go Frost Breath again. Here I would normally go with the Purge, just so we could get another good creature that we could, or a good sideboard card, I'm sorry. But I think I'm going to go with the Cutthroat here, simply because we need creatures, and it's significantly better than the Coral Merfolk. Here, the Siren. This card's actually not bad in this format, but I'd rather have the creature killing capability. Here we'll take the Veteran. As I said, it's an assist, and it's a fairly serviceable creature. Here we'll take the Dragon's Claw. It could be useful against a red matchup. And here you really just have to pick, but I think I'm going to take the Mercy. I want to be able to outlast the opponent. And Jace's Erasure if we want to play it for whatever reason. And another Jace's Erasure. Okay, let's jump right in this pack. We have another Sentinel, we have a Ponder, and Adept. The Adept I think has to be the pick here. It's fairly good for what it does. Doesn't look like anything special, but it's got some kick to it. Well, World Slayer could be good, but I don't know, I'm not really I'm gonna take World Slayer just because there's, well, no, I'm gonna take Cancel actually. At least it's playable. I would never really see myself getting World Slayer out and doing anything with it. Here I'm gonna take another Turn to Frog. We've got to get some creatures, and we do. I'm going to take the Sentinel simply because I don't want to have to deal with the 2 white. Okay, awesome. Chasm Drake is a very good card. It gives another creature evasion, so that's easily the pick here. So we're starting to hit some creatures now, and unless I'm mistaken, a majority of our creatures do have flying, so, well, I'm going to take the Bear here as much as I hate to. Comes in at an 11. Mighty Leap is not bad, actually. But, you know, let's take Mighty Leap, actually. Don't want to go with too many of those bears. They can cause problems. Levitation's actually decent, but I think here we're going to take Divination. It's because most of our creatures already have flying. Okay, here it comes down to the Ponder and the Veteran. I've not been keeping track of creatures, but I think we're going to have to take the Veteran here because we really need creatures. Take a Demon's Horn here for black matchups. I think I'm actually going to take Lifelink here. Could have some use depending on matchups and such. Well, we probably did not get enough creatures, but I think it's a solid. It's one of the decks, this type of deck it played out. You could probably play this deck without, you could run 10 or 11 creatures since we've got so many good spells. So I don't know if it's got enough removal or creatures, but it's a fairly good start. So that was our first M12 draft. Thanks for watching, guys.